Hello and welcome to an RVS University video. I'm Joe Finlayson, and in this video I'm going to show you how we use our backup file function. Okay, so as you can see in the top right corner we have our UX configuration here. So if you click on that and it takes you into this little pop-up window, you have a drop down. We want to go to Files. So in Files you can see we have track configuration file and UX project file. So your track configuration file will essentially store everything that you have in UXVCC. So this is everything that you'll set up, including your camera lens and all the settings you can see here in your setup, operate and server tabs. So that's what's stored in your track UX configuration file. And our UX project file, this stores everything else. So it'll be your events, your router positions, and your sequencer, and also your logic. So what we have here is the three dots essentially load your to the position where you want to load your files from. So that's basically a load button, and then we have our save as, which saves the project as it is. Then we have our new button, so if you want to start a new project, and then you have the backup function. So what the backup function does is it creates a backup, a snapshot of your project as it is in that moment in time, and it stores this file with a timestamp. So it actually stores a UXP file, but it adds a .backup on the end. The difference between the save as and the backup, this means that if you want to load from your backup, you essentially start a new file and it leaves your backup file alone. So you can always go back to this file, whereas your save as will be your project file, and this will save. So you're working from your live file, if you like. You can't go back to this after if you've made some changes where you've either done something that you want to go back to. You'll be working in your project as it is, and you'll need to undo your changes manually if that's what's happened. Okay, so how this works. If I click back up now, you can see here we have created a new file in this location. So the project I'm using is called UXProject_2. It's now added a date and timestamp on the end of this with a UXP.backup file. So if I just navigate to this, just here in our UX, you can see that if I go to the drop down in the bottom right, we can change from UXP to backup, and here is our latest backup file with our timestamp. So if I open from there, I'll just quickly flip to another project so you can see the change happen. So kind of memorize what that was. Okay, and now if I load from the backup here, so it changes from UXP to backup, and our latest one, you can see that we've now jumped back to the project as it was at the time. Ignore the connection issues, it's because I'm working locally. So the backup file just stores in your same kind of UX here, in your UX root location in your Windows Explorer. So if I just go order by date modified, that was our latest one, and we're now working live. What UX does all the time is every time you click any function or change anything, it actually stores a local file of where your project is at that point. The reason it does this is in case you have a crash, or in case anything happens to your engine. If anything goes down, you can load UX back up to the exact same position you left it in. So this is kind of a critical workflow for TV. So anything I do or change, it'll modify this kind of live working file. So the same thing happens for the track configuration file. You can make a backup from VCC itself, or you can do it straight from UX, and that pretty much explains the UX project file. And I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.